have Lexx doing some vegan cooking, and
what up, girl?
Her stuff is so delicious. Like every time she's come something for us, it's been so good. So we're so.
I know. I wish y'all could taste it. If only.
The amount of food I've seen her make that I have not been able to taste is.
I know. It's just watching it through a screen.
I've indulged in every other art Lexx has to offer, but the food I have yet to taste.
Right. That's it. That's the only thing. It's the newest, so understandable.
Yeah. All right. So, what are you making tonight for us, Lexx? Let's talk about this. What even got you into cooking? Actually, before you start, what got you down this road?
So, it's funny because you know how Facebook likes to remind you of all the weird shit you used to do years ago. Yeah. Something popped up, and it was from like 2013 or something, before I even was doing henna or tattoos or anything. And I was posting like cooking videos, but like super simple, and always posting just all kinds of weird shit that I came up with. So I'm like, all right, it's kind of just falling into place. But I really kind of took a leap into more cooking and like posting a lot more intentionally when I went vegan in 2015. That's kind of the motivation, because it was hard. It was a hard transition. And I think when people think of vegan, or what they used to think back in 2015 is like, all right, so you are obsessed with animals and you only eat like raw vegetables and fruit. And that just wasn't it. Like when I went vegan, I gained like 15 pounds in the beginning. Because when you feel like you're like deprived of something, as soon as you find something that's decent, you're like, oh shit, Oreos are vegan? Like Betty Crocker, that bitch is vegan? Like, oh, okay. Sourdough bread.
Hello Oreos.
To myself.
Hello Oreos.
Yeah. So you find out a lot of things are vegan, and a lot of them are it's still not that great for you, still processed. So it's, not fresh or anything. So I kind of had to reteach myself how to eat, because even though I ate fruits and vegetables before I was vegan, I didn't really know like all the benefits from them. And I didn't really take time to even venture out besides like basic ass broccoli and shit. So yes, tonight I'm actually making tacos.
Taco Tuesday.
Up for Taco Tuesday.
So I'm doing beef tacos 2 ways. So first is shredded beef, which is already over there simmering, which is made out of hibiscus. Ooh. Hibiscus flowers.
I didn't even know that was
Yeah, I didn't even know that was an option.
It's also called Jamaica.
I feel like I've heard that term before.
Yes. So it's hibiscus. That's what that is. So it's like got this purplish kind of color. Here, I'll show you guys. Walk over. It's got this purplish color, but it like shreds. It like pulls apart, so you can kind of use it as like a shredded beef. You feel me?
Does it have like a jackfruit consistency, or not as chewy, or what? I don't get it. It looks like raisin.
So you see, it kind of looks like it's shredding. Yeah. So it's not. So when you get it at the store, it's dried, like it's fully dried, and it looks like little purple, like burgundy flowers, right? And then you soak it for a minute, you boil it, and it turns into that amazingness. And so what I've learned, which a lot of people are like, oh my God, what do you eat? I think the thing that people ask me most about being vegan is literally, what do you eat? Right. I like food. I eat food. Don't worry.
You have everything as a substitute right now, right? There's substitute items, but knowing which ones to find and what you need to actually make from scratch or not, like that's
right.
the
or just putting like actual flavor in it. Like, let's be real, a lot of it ain't that flavorful.
And that's the thing, right? So, and what I noticed that is that, so a lot of people, fruit and vegetable kind of has a lot of prep time, you know, stuff you got to cut and you got to peel and you got to slice and you got to kind of cook because you can't eat like zucchini raw. I mean, you can, but but then what I was noticing is that like before I went vegan before Beyond was around, before Impossible was around, and even Daya was like just new, like just freshly new. So I got to spend a lot of time trying to find the flavors and the consistencies that were most like the shit I wanted to eat. So if I was craving a certain thing, I'm like, all right, what am I gonna do? Like, that's why that macaroni and cheese was one of the first things that I perfected, because I like her mac and cheese very often. So I was like, I'm determined. So yeah, I got to play around a lot of stuff. I mean, I was that kid who like didn't eat tomatoes. Like, I didn't eat shit as a kid. And what I realized is that, you know, yeah, not all of the natural flavor is as appealing, but as soon as you, even with raw vegetables and fruit, like just kind of dressing it up a little bit, hashtag dirty veggies, you just gotta kind of play around with flavors, because if you think about it, meat, nobody cuts meat out the package and eats it.
Right.
Like, you got to do stuff to it. And if you get meat that's not like seasoned well, you're like, a little bland. So same thing as produce, basically, same exact thing. But what I discovered one summer barbecuing was that all the shit that my husband was using to marinate the meat, well, most of it was vegan. So I just started doing all of that on my produce, and people were eating up all my shit at barbecues and holidays, and I was left with like nothing, no leftovers. Because people are like, how do you get it to taste like meat? And how do you get it? You just season it with the same thing as you season meat. Yeah. So, yeah. So for the tacos, so a lot of people for ground beef tacos like to use those packets, right, of taco seasoning.
Right.
All that is basically garlic powder, onion powder, salt, pepper, paprika, chili powder. It's like a small little handful of basic, and cumin, very important. Yeah. Really basic, real easy. You can get those anywhere, any grocery store, any day of the week. So whatever you put on the ground beef, just put it on. Even if you grab one of them packets, you can throw it over the hibiscus while it's boiling. You can throw it on the tofu, which I am going to use for the ground beef tacos. Okay. And I guess I can show you now. Yeah.
For those who are just listening to, Lexx is making some tacos, and we'll also put the recipe up in the chat for you guys.
Yeah. Gracias, Lauren.
Of course.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna just flip this for y'all. Turn it on. But so I got some onions back here, right? I'm sad y'all can't smell this shit.
You could just describe the smell to us.
You know, it just smells like heaven in the kitchen. So yeah, you can see again, it's like really.
Like Joe.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
it's like pretty beef. So I like to add some tomatoes just to give it like a little bit more like juiciness to it. Sometimes I'll add like a lime, like half a lime in there, but I feel like when you cook with lime, it kind of gets like really, really strong up in there versus just squirting it on top of the taco. Just keep it simple. All right. So I'm gonna throw that there. So I'm gonna just show y'all real quick the ingredients for the spices. Garlic. Yeah. Now, what's messed up with me is that a lot of people ask me for recipes, and I can only give you like dumbass general measurements of stuff. I'm pretty good at eyeing it now, but
For
before
3
I used to be like,
seconds.
I don't know. I had no idea. So yeah, and everybody has different like tastes, you know. Like some people are like go heavy on that garlic, and some people are like, I fucking hate onion. You know, so I feel like it's not wrong if you do a little more or a little less of everything or whatever you like and don't like, because as long as you just have some of those ingredients, it's totally fine. So that was onion powder. I got the paprika. So you see these? They're from Sprouts.
Yeah.
You guys can just pour like your own seasonings and stuff. I think it's way fucking cheaper than getting it in like this. Like McCormick is raping people like on the prices. So just go to like a market, and if they have stuff where you can just get your own spices, I swear you get like 4 times the amount that you would normally. All right. So I like to add onion because onion tastes amazing. Just keep it real. Just a little bit.
I add onion.
We all know onion is the shit.
I love onions.
Is that fresh onion?
That is sauteed onion. Just adds a little bit extra yummy flavor, in my opinion.
Separate. So what I want,
right?
Yeah.
So what I want to show y'all is the tofu. I use like an extra firm tofu.
Yes.
Tofu is cheap. It's very cheap. So I mean, technically, you're not supposed to have it all the time, but
wait, why aren't you supposed to have it all the time?
You know, it's a treat. It's a treat.
Yeah, Lex.
So ready?
What happens if you eat tofu all the time? Because I'm Asian and I eat hella tofu.
Wait, say that again?
I said, what happens if you eat tofu all the time? Because I'm hella, like, I eat tofu a lot just because I'm Asian.
You know, just like Oreos, it's processed soybeans. So like your body can break it down in like small portions, but like you shouldn't necessarily eat tofu every day. Fun fact.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, I eat it every day. I think I at least eat it once a week.
I mean, like everything in moderation. You feel me? And that's the main thing. Like, like I said, I gained 15 pounds going vegan, and I mean, I know vegans who are like 300 plus pounds. So it's all about the healthiness of what you're eating. And that means like as little bit processed as possible.
Yeah.
So you see it's kind of like ground beef consistency.
Yeah, I didn't expect that.
Like, cause you gotta get extra firm, cause it comes in soft, it comes in like regular, and then there's extra firm. There's like firm and extra firm. So
extra firm is never mind.
Yes, girl, get that extra firm. We don't want that soft. We don't want that regular firm. Come on.
Nobody wants it.
You know what? What kind of show is this? What are we on? Okay, so I'm gonna turn this just a little bit up, and then y'all can see I'm gonna put the rest of for the ground beef. You want to put some oil in the pan. Sometimes you put butter. Like, sometimes I fuck with it just because, I mean, butter's the shit. No, so I will show you actually the butter that I use.
Vegan butter.
Right now, I will say at the grocery store, if you go to Safeway, there's about, I feel like there's 27 vegan butters right now, but no, it's more like 5 brands. Even Safeway has 3 of their own flavor vegan butters, and all it is like, it's oil based. So there's avocado oil, there's olive oil. I use Earth Balance because some are like soy free, some are olive oil based, some are just like plain vegetable oil based. But that's all vegan butter is, and that should taste the same. Hence, you could give me a baguette and I'll just fuck it up. Literally fuck it up.
Well, that looks.
All right, so the cumin, if you're gonna make tacos and you're gonna use your own, do it your own seasoning and not like a taco packet, you gotta get cumin. You can literally use everything else. If you don't fuck with garlic powder, don't use it. If you don't like onion, don't use it. But you're gonna have to get at least some cumin and at least some paprika and chili powder. At least. So here's a little salt. All right. So that gets super crispy. Kind of like, sort of like a really, really cooked ground beef. Can you see it? It lightweight looks like ground turkey or ground beef when you season it. So nobody in here is vegan? Am I the only one?
Yeah, no, I'm definitely not vegan. Like, I eat vegetarian every once in a while, but like,
okay,
I like it. Like, that's good.
So I was vegetarian before I was vegan. I tried to do pescatarian, but your girl got tired of fish. Lord Jesus, I was just overdoing it. And vegetarian was easy as hell because I love me some eggs. But
oh my God, oh, hey, Lex, I think the screen went out just a little bit.
Let's see.
Well, hopefully we can get back in because that looks